Good morning. I am a little bit tardy, I'm afraid. What is the time? 10 past. I had problems getting online. For some reason, my stream key wouldn't work. So I've just been stressing about all of that, which is a bit annoying. But I thought I would come on today because I'm going to try and do a few more lives and just for interaction and catch up with people and all of those things, just to put some crafting love out in the world. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Kellyanne Jordan and I am the face of Crafty as a Fox, which is my little craft brand for card journaling, mixed media and card making. It's just things that I love to do. So thank you for those that joined me on my first show on Hobby Maker back a week ago Sunday. It was a fab show. It was really fun and I was so blessed that my book sold out. If you didn't manage to get one, there will be a restock at some point, but I'm not sure when. But they are also available on Amazon and you can find the link to that on my website, which is just up here, www.craftykelly.co.uk. So what has happened this week? So at the weekend, I was at a fabulous event called Cobbles and Cogs up in Basingstoke. It's in this museum, and in the museum is a huge hangar, and they've recreated like an old cobbled street town. It's amazing. There's like steam engines everywhere and lots of different things, and it was a really fun steampunk event. So I really enjoyed that. And for those that came and said hello, it was lovely to see you all. Other than that, and for that event, I actually, sorry, my streams, don't know what is going on with my Facebook. I am working on, oh, that's bizarre. It's working fine on, it's working fine on YouTube, but it's not working fine. Oh, maybe it is. Well, if you do join me in the world of Facebook, please just let me know, because it's like the computer system's going crazy today. It's not wanted to work. Anyway, I'm waffling. So yes, Cobbles and Cogs, I decided to bring a cheeky new little product because it was Alice in Wonderland themed. And I just wanted to obviously contribute to that. So I made some canvas pieces. I have some cutting file pieces that I do as well, the layered cutting art that I do an Alice piece. But so what I'm going to bring in is I have had printed up some, they're about A5 size, maybe a little bit smaller. Yeah, a little bit, I'd say a little bit smaller than A5. Is that A5? Yeah. It's a little bit shy of A5. So that piece of cardstock is A5 and they're the same width, but they're a little bit shorter. Now, in this pack, we have 16 designs, 2 of each. So you're getting quite a little wedge there. But I wanted to give you as much as possible because these are really fun, kind of iconic images and the colours, and it just all works beautifully together. So we'll go through some of them. So we've got like the Queen of Hearts, and like I said, you get 2 of each. Now I've mucked up my packs. I was going through them so that I've not got them all in 2s at the moment. Got like the White Rabbit. He's fab. And then like Alice and the Croquet, flamingos, her and a beautiful cat. But along with some of the iconic images, we have some journal cards which have like florals. Now these are printed on 250 GSM. They are perfect for card making, so you could use these as card fronts for our smaller cards. If I grab one of my small cards back here, so that's a 6x4, I think, and I do have do have some smaller ones from Stampin' Up, so I could cut these down. So they are quite small, but so you could do a little bit of chippity choppying and stick a matte layer behind, and that would fit perfectly onto a card. So Mad Hatter there, isn't he fabulous? That one's a little bit too small, I think. Maybe I'd have to do quite a bit of chippity chopping, so that's that size. Put you to one side. Yeah, so you can see there's just some absolutely fabulous imagery, perfect for your card making, junk journaling, all of those kind of lovely things that we like to do. You could even put these on your canvas projects, or if you like to make tin projects, you can snip and layer. Cheshire Cat, I love Cheshire Cat, he's one of my favourite. So very iconic, really fun images to use in your paper crafting. So they are available on the website now. I've literally just loaded them, so you can get them now. They are, I want to say £6.99. I should know that, shouldn't I? £6.99, and you're getting 32 in total. Is that right? 32? Yeah, 32 in total. So 16 designs, 2 of each, 32 in total, which is quite a lot because you can make 32 card fronts there. But they're yeah, they are available now, and a lot of people did enjoy getting them at the event. So I do have, not many, but I have some more of my ephemera packs, but I sold quite a few at the weekend, so grab what you can on the website because I don't have many. I will be at some point, but I don't know when, be taking these back on Telebox onto Hobby Maker, because I know people really love the Alice stuff like I do. So them two are new products. I also have some blank journal books. So this is a mixed media cardstock, so it's like a mix between like watercolor and normal cardstock. I don't really know how to explain it, but so you can put water on it. You can do all your kind of water techniques, and you can put paint on it, and so you can use all sorts of mediums on them. I haven't loaded these yet because I've run out of time, but they will be, and they will be at a really good price. So we're talking a couple of quid. I've got a load of them, and I used to make up the Alice packs, but some of the things that I used to put in the Alice packs I can't get now, so I'm having to rethink. So these will be available. Probably straight after the live I'll pop them on. So yeah, the Alice ephemera is back, only limited stock, and the new Alice journaling cards I've added, which is nice to add something to the range. But today I wanted to concentrate on some of the, so I created for the event some, what are they called? I keep losing my words today. I haven't had enough coffee, clearly. I did some canvas pieces using my stencils to create, and I used some paper cutting that I did to use as masks or stencils to create kind of images. So I'm going to show you how I did that, because I just thought that would be a bit of fun for today, because it's normally a card, but actually let's do a small canvas piece, because why not? And I will slap down with coffee as we go. Oh, I've got a comment. Sorry, I haven't seen it. Oh, hi, Kelly. I hope you have received your order, because that got sent out ASAP. And please do enjoy. And I'd love to see what you create with the products. Yeah, because we love that. We want you to share that on the Crafty as a Fox page. Right. So to it. So I'm gonna do a little flipperdaroo with the cam, and let's just cut straight. So what I've got here is this is a small canvas. Now, do I have a bit of paper next to me? Let's grab a piece of paper. So it's not quite an A4. So that's an A4 piece of paper. So it's a small canvas. I think this is just one from the works. I personally prefer the deep ones, but you know, this will do. This will do fine. And what we're going to do is we're going to just decorate this. So what I've already done is I've put a layer of black in the center. The reason being is I like that black silhouette. Let me bring in some of my stencils that I've done recently. So what I created the other day from a photo, could you believe this? A photo of Marilyn Monroe. How fab is that? I don't know what the licensing laws are on actually manufacturing that into a stencil, so I need to look into it, but it is beautiful. And I absolutely love it, so I'm going to look at it, see if I'm allowed. Because, I mean, who doesn't love Marilyn? Anyway, I also created this. I'll turn that over, which was really good fun. So this is using the idea, but not exactly the same as my stencil, but as a texture die. So this is a prototype, so watch this space. I also have I've just cut out some of the bits from my light bulb moments collection, just onto cardstock, and then I just put what's it called, like a low adhesive on the back, low tack, repositionable. That's the word, Kelly. Repositionable. And here's some of the crows. So I do a lot of crow projects because I just love crows. So let's bring in some of the ones that I've cut. So he's the one that we're going to use. You're going to use that size, but look, this was one of my Alice stencils that I did. They've come out really fab, actually, like just like as they are, like that. I mean, like just a bit of craziness on them. And this was I've got the large crow, and I've got another one of our lovely Marilyn. So I do use paper as well, usually as a starting point. So I'll give it a go with paper and then see how it goes. And if it comes out nice, that's when it gets made into a proper stencil. Not a proper stencil, a reusable stencil, I think is the language I'm looking for. So he's still a little bit tacky, but maybe not tacky enough. So let me grab my spray. So I'm using spray mount. I usually use a different one, but it's run out. So I'm literally just going to shake that up and give that a little going over. I'll have to leave that just for a second, but we need to choose what colour paints we're using. So I'm going to be using some paint for this covering. You can obviously use your watercolour, what's-its and sprays and things. Like the oxide sprays are actually really good for this as well. But I quite like to use our sponge daubers as how I put my paint on. They work really well for me. So I've got a white one, black one. What other colour are we likely to want? I always use black and white. They're really good for kind of knocking it back and stuff. That's a clear one. I do try and wash all of these out afterwards. So I'm going to choose a couple of colours. Let's grab it and what I've got here. So maybe purple. I did have a really nice purple, which I did the other day, which came out lovely. Let's have a look. Here's one of my, I think it might have been a Cadence one. Was it that one? It's not hiding over there, is it? Oh yeah, maybe it is. Oh no, blue, pink. Hey, let's go for some bright colours. Let's go for some of those. So I use a mixture of paints with what I'm doing. is I used Cadence. Really lovely paints to work with. I use Distress. My only, not criticism, but I just wish they were in a slightly bigger bottle like the Cadence, because I do like to use it a lot. And then from Deco Art, these are lovely, but once again, these only come in really small bottles. So this one's I'm nearly done, and I love this colour. What do we reckon colour-wise? Oh, thanks, Kelly. Even more beautiful things. Oh, lovely. So let's let's choose colours then. I'm sure I did use a purple. I swear it was a Cadence. I've got this bright green. I haven't really used that. It came in like, you know, you get like the packs of 3. And I haven't really used that one. See, this is when I create something and I forget to write it down. And that's why I need my journal. So then if I'd written it down, I would know what purple paint I use. But do you know what? I think I'm going to go for something a little bit different. I'm going to go for this set of this like candy flossy pink, this kind of lovely kind of, I don't know, stormy blue, and almost like a velvety colour. Let's go for those. I was going to go for blue, but I always go for blue. It's funny, isn't it? Now, I don't really have exactly in my head what I'm doing, but that's just normal. So I'm going to take him and I'm going to pop him down first, and then we're going to work around him. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a layer of white just to get his outline. First things first. So I always have black and white. And these are all just acrylic paints. It's nothing fancy. You can get these in the works. You can get them in Hobby Maker. You don't, or Hobbycraft, sorry. You don't have to have anything too kind of crazily fancy. Yeah, just use what you got. These are stuff that's in my stash that I just like to use. Oh, I've broken the lid on that one. Right. Now let's move you 3 to the side, and then let's get that going. So I'm just gonna not have too much, but I'm gonna tap to tap. That's what I like about these, is really easy to use. Right, keep him in place. Then I'm just gonna create that, basically the outline of him. Now I know if I had the opposite part of this stencil, which I don't because it went into a box frame project, I could leave the canvas white and stencil in the black. But as per usual, I do things slightly differently because that's just me. Can't help myself. But out in the world today, God, it's World Book Day. Did anybody else have an absolutely stressful time of it? I unfortunately did yesterday. My beautiful little boy doesn't really like dressing up, which is crazy, isn't it? Because I love dressing up. That's why I like doing the steampunk stuff and the goth festivals and stuff, and all the other stuff I do. So he doesn't like dressing up at all, which is crazy. And I asked him 2 weeks ago, so we had plenty of time to kind of sort out a costume. What do you want to go dressed up as? He was like, I don't want to dress up. I'm like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, don't want to go dressed up. Yesterday, I pick him up from school. Bear in mind, World Book Day is today. Mummy, I'd quite like to go as a Roman. I'm like, what? Yeah, because of horrible histories. I'd quite like to go as a Roman. I'm like, okay, where am I going to find a Roman costume now? Unfortunately, I didn't find one. But then it was like all missions go. We went to one of our local towns, Littlehampton, which has 1, 2, 3, like 4 charity shops quite near each other. So we went there, found obviously nothing. We then went to our like normal town centre because we had just driven through it, and like he dropped this as we were on our way home. We went into Rustington, where there is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think there's like 8 charity shops there. And obviously nobody had anything because every other mother who's been left in this mess because their child decides to change their mind or they want to do it was in the same boat as me, and there was absolutely nothing. So we ended up, I convinced him to go as in Horrible Histories. There's the Grim Reaper who's got this kind of, he does this little part called Stupid Deaths, and tells you about silly ways that people have died. Either like eating too much or I don't know, all sorts, tripping over themselves. So he went as the Grim Reaper, which was fine because he had a Grim Reaper costume, kind of. So all was not lost, and he is now at school, enjoying World Book Day, kind of dressed up, but basically in a black tracksuit. So we got there in the end, thankfully. But it was so stressful, especially because he had decided that he didn't want to partake, but then he decided he did. But I mean, like, they do love to drop these things on us, don't they? So what I have covered him, and now I'm just going to kind of knock back some of the black that I don't need as black, but it'll all get painted all over again. I mean, I end up doing quite some layers when I'm doing these kind of projects. Usually because I'll do something, I'll go, oh, I don't know if I like that. And then I'll pop a layer of paint on. I'll change it up. Oh, I haven't shaken these. I'll put a layer of paint on and decide that I want to add something else, or that like a colour's too vibrant, or I don't know. I end up putting a few layers on, but that's the beauty of doing stuff like this. I can. Let's give that one a shake. So a bit of pink and a pink. I do like when you can get like paints like in kind of complementing colours. At least with this, because I'm filming it, I'll remember what paints I've used because I can look back at it. So we're live on YouTube too. Facebook and YouTube. The beauty. Isn't it crazy you can do that now? You used to have to pay like extra to be able to do that, but the system I use is now letting you do it and you're allowed, which is fab. Oh, I don't know if I shook that enough. Right, so let's bring in, let's give this a little, it's probably dry because I'm quite, yeah, I think it is pretty much dry. Right, I've got to just give it a little bit of a dry between layers. And let's bring in some of my stencils. So, if you watched the show last Sunday, I released a whole load of new stencils. Whole load. So I think there's 9 new stencils in total that I released all at once. So we've got kind of dots and squares and dashes. We've got some lines. We've got the brick. We've got kind of antique letters. These are from an Underwood typewriter. And then I've got some animal print ones as well, just because why not? These stencils are approximately DL. They're a little bit shy of DL, so they're 4 inches. They're just under 4 inches. So 4 inches by just under 8. About that. That's what they're about. Now on each one of the stencils you've got Crafty as a fox, and you have a stencil number, just so when you're writing it into your card journal, you can document which stencil you've used. And I've done that because I forget. So I thought that was a little bit of genius. So I'm just going to bring in some of that. These are ones that I've been using a lot. I've really enjoyed using these actually. So I'm going to bring in my bricks first. And what colour should we do the bricks? Should we go for the pinky colour, or shall we go for a different one? I think I'm going to go for the blue, and we'll use the pink for other bits. So I'm just going to tap it in, tap some of the excess off. Now, the same as my paper stencils, my normal stencils, I also put the low tack adhesive, like the repositionable stuff, because I just find I get a better impression when I do that, and I like that. Also, well, this one's, the stickiness has come undone. I found if I put too much paint onto my sponge dauber or brush or whatever I'm using, it leaks a bit. So having that low tack adhesive on it just makes a little bit of difference. So I'm going to bring that across there. I'm not going absolutely everywhere, but I'm just bringing that in so it ties like it's behind the crow, because I like that. I like that look. I do. And I'm going opposite corners. I find opposites kind of draw the eye. And if I wanted to go the whole way along, I can reposition this so I can kind of get that look. And some of it I will go in less heavy with the colour than other areas. So we've got some of that going on there. Let me pop that in the tray. So I've got a tray next to me to pop things in. For when it gets all a bit mucky. Right, I think I'm gonna use, where is it? So I've got some other stencils here. Let's go for yeah, there you are. I'm gonna go for my big ones, I think, because I'm going to save those for blacks and whites. Let's give that a little dry off quick. That should be enough. And then I'm going to pop some here. And I will go over things, and that's fine. A bit of pink in there. Let's get a bit more in here. I'm just using my finger to hold it in place, but I'm trying to do it where places where I'm not going to get any paint transfer. There we go. Might actually just bring that down a little bit more along. So I've just repositioned my stencil over that area because this particular stencil is a geometric kind of pattern. I can just I can carry on moving it along by just repositioning it slightly. There we go. Lovely. So that is you. And then let's get a little bit of this. Let's give that a little dry. So I'm keeping the crow on there the whole time at the moment because I don't want to. I don't want that kind of black bit to get any extra paint on it. It will have a little bit from the edges, but I don't want to get loads on there. Right. So I tend to use a dabbing motion, but sometimes I don't. A dabbing motion is definitely better. So that isn't really showing up quite how I want it to. That's all right. We are going to bring a bit more black and white back into it. So, and you can go there. So a little bit of a dry. A dry, and let's bring you in. Let's go for about there. A bit of black. Why aren't you sticking? It's not sticking for some reason. Let's see. Is it not wanting to play? But oh well. We do our best. The only thing with working on canvases is because they are a stretched fabric over, you've got that gap. So I keep thinking to myself to making some kind of wooden block to go in. Because I stencil, obviously I put a certain amount of pressure on the, and I kind of, yeah, I think that I should just create something that will support that. So I am booked to go back up to Hobby Maker, but not this month. It's not for a while, unfortunately, because they are all booked up. So I will let you know as soon as I can release the dates when I'm back up there. But I'm going to try and load some more stock of the books in the meantime, if you can't get it on Amazon, which you should be able to because it's Amazon. So I'm just going in. There we go. So some of it's like a little bit fade, some of it is quite like strong. And then let's just dry that off. And let's bring in you. And we will probably go over it in some black dots as well because I like a dot. And I like kind of both of them. Might even do some coloured dots as well. Oops. Moved it slightly there. Right. Fabulous. So what I do now, I don't know why I do it, but I like doing it. I will get one of my brushes, which is slightly firm. Let's just give that a quick dry. And so I need two. That's one. So I will take a little bit of white, and this is basically dry brushing, and I will just take a couple of swipes, shall we say. It's quite warm in my room today. The sun is shining and it's beautiful, but it's making my paint dry very quickly. So then I dry brush a little bit of black and a little bit of white. Let's try. I have to take quite a bit of the black off because it gets a bit much. Just kind of gives it a bit more of a distressed look. I don't mind the odd kind of black lumpy bit. Oh dear, a bit much. Yeah, because I like a distressedy look. And if I've gone a little bit heavy, like I just did there, oh, do you know what? That's all right. I don't mind it. I might do a little bit of the blue. Pick up a little bit of pink. Good, I like that. So I just kind of do the dry brush, just like add in a bit of colour, usually black and white, but sometimes with a bit of colour. So I've got all those layers. Now let's give that a quick little dry. Oh, 48 minutes. I've been going 48 minutes. Okay. And then it's the reveal. Look at that. That's really pretty. So, like I said, I've caught his lip there where his beak should be, because things lift. So all I will do is I will get a little tissue. Let's take off some of that splodge of white that I've popped in there if I can. No, it's dry. We're all right. So I will take a slightly finer brush for those that you can see. And I will just paint that part back in as best I can. So concentration. There we go, almost done. I will check any other areas for any. So you'd never know, like his tail here. Let's get that in a bit more. Let's bring that back. If I can get the paint to play. So there we go. Lovely. So just put back in that little bit of detail, and he is done. So I've used some of my stencils. So I've used number 9, number 10, number 11, number 4 and number 5 from my stencils. So these are available on my website as a bundle. If you do buy the bundle, you get the free ring to keep them all together on, or you can buy them in their sets of 3. So they're in sets of 3, so 4, 5 and 6 are together, 7, 8 and 9 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11 are all kind of available as their sets. But if you buy all of them together, you get the ring. And you can create some really fun projects like this. Yeah, I might just add a little bit of colour just here, she says. Let's bring my stencil back in so I can be a little bit careful. Bring a bit of that blue. So the problem is when I start, I then just want to fiddle and faff. But we're good. We're good. I'm happy with that. So the lighting's a bit rubbish in my room today because I've had to shut the blind because, let's turn you around, because it's super bright and my desk is in front of the window. Now with my products, I am more than happy for you to make and sell as much as you want. You just can't, I obviously don't want you to unpackage my stuff and resell it like the Alice stuff. But if you're making a finished product, hence like this, you can make and sell as much as you want. So for profit or to pay for your crafty habit, as we all have them. So this has been really fun today. I will write down in my little book. She reaches behind her. I will write what I've done in one of my card journals. Oh, hello, Jenny. I just had a message from Jenny, a friend of mine. I will add in a page about today's project. And then I shall post that. So I hope you've enjoyed this little bit of mixed media fun with me. Don't forget Alice. Alice is available on the website at the moment at www.craftykelly.co.uk. I think they're £6.99. And also the new card journaling cards are available at the same price, I think. And then I will upload some of these journals at a very decent price because I have them. Other than that, I haven't drunk my coffee, have I? Guys, please get in touch. Any questions, just let me know, and I will try and go live again next week. We'll see how the week progresses and what happens. Other than that, I have been Crafty Kelly, and I have been using Crafty as a Fox products. And I invite you to look at my YouTube channel. I've got lots of different videos. My website has lots of different products. I'm going to be working in the next coming weeks with some of my previous products because, well, why not? Well, why not? And I will see you all later. Bye.